Hello, this is Nikita Lambert. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about a little bit of everything. Mental health, entrepreneurship, trauma, narcissism, you name it. Who knows where we'll go. Send me a message, leave a comment if there's anything you want me to talk about in particular. I'm game because I usually talk while I'm just driving around in my car. So today I wanted to talk about how to disengage. And what I mean by disengage is pretty much like not make yourself available for the drama. And this is specifically if you're dealing with a narcissist or just a person who doesn't respect boundaries, a toxic person, an argumentative person, someone who just likes to hear themselves talk, someone who likes to stir up drama, any of that. The whole umbrella, if you know anyone like that, do not get sucked in to their scheme, their plot. You disengage, right? So what happens is a lot of times these people are very, very skilled at reeling you in, really skilled at like plucking your nerves, getting under your skin, making it so you feel like you have to justify yourself or defend whoever it is that they're talking about. But it's really useless because what these people do is they feed off of your energy, okay? And a lot of times they enjoy the fact that you're getting unnerved. And so it's really a no-win situation. And if you are a follower of mine, you probably have at least one person in mind who fits this bill. And like I said, it's just a no-win situation. So don't even go there. Don't go there, and don't offer information about yourself or about others. It's really difficult, especially when you're used to oversharing or trying to make a relationship with this person work and trying to like play their game and be what they want you to be, to go from that to like cutting it off and being short. But it's really what's necessary. So for instance, there's someone in my life that I don't want to say I had a close relationship with. I wanted to have a close relationship with, but they just always would kind of throw information back in my face, and not necessarily that same day, but waiting for an opportune time. It could be weeks, it could be months later, where then they would say something like, oh, are you sure that's a good idea? Can you really handle that? Because you know you have this and this going on. And it's not, okay, let me clarify. And this is where it gets tricky, right? Because from a person who is not toxic and a gaslighter, that is a perfectly normal and healthy question to ask. But you know this particular person, when they ask you that, it's not because they really care about you. It's like they are undermining you or belittling you in some way. And I feel like I sound crazy even trying to say it, like, oh, everyone's not out to get you. But no, we are not crazy. And that particular person does mean it in this way. And if you have not had interactions with a narcissist or an otherwise toxic person, then I'm sure I sound crazy and like I don't want accountability. But my page is all about validation and stepping into the truth and knowing that we can see what's going on and we can read between the lines, and we're on to you. Okay, so yes, when they say things like that, trust your gut instinct that they are being weird, and you don't have to tolerate that like weird icky feeling where you leave an interaction and everything that they said is deniable. Like if you explain it to someone, it sounds like they're completely innocent, but you know the vibe and you know their pattern, and so because of that, you don't give them anything to work with. So what else? Now, how do I conduct myself? How do we disengage? So now when this person calls me or I have to call them for whatever reason, everything is very short. Everything is very, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? Well, how are things going? Things are going well. Okay. What are you doing this weekend? I think we're just going to spend some time together, me and my family. That's all. Or if they call and you're tired or you're frazzled or something like that, oh, are you okay? You don't sound so great. Just life. but I'm gonna get through it. It's gonna be okay. Like, just, I'm answering, but I'm not answering. You get nothing from me, because what has happened is these people, they violate your trust. They violate whatever vulnerability or honesty that you have offered them, and now they don't deserve it anymore. So don't give it to them. And I have some followers, some people who have messaged me who like live with a spouse or a parent who is this way and they can't get away. And I would say do that. Like, you can't completely cut them off. It's not realistic. It's not going to happen. But you can just get very short and very vague, and they might get frustrated. And they might, be mad that you're not giving them anything to work with. But even then, you don't have to engage. You're not giving them anything. You can say, no, I don't feel like talking about it right now. It's just not a conversation that I want to have. And then something else that you can do that's kind of like a sneaky way to get around it is you give your answer. They're okay, hitting a bit of a bumpy patch, but everything's going to be all right. So tell me, how was your weekend? You just ask a question. Be ready with a question and turn it back on them, because also usually these people like to talk about themselves. So compliment them, or again, ask them questions about their lives and get the focus off of you. But pretty much the message that I want to get across is that you need not be pulled in to play their game. Don't give them anything to work with. If they want to be messy, let them be messy by themselves. If they want to attack you, let them get creative and figure it out, but don't let it be because you're continuing to put yourself out there and give information that they don't need to have. They don't have the right to, so they should not have access to any longer. And then also, when they do go off on you, you can just say, okay. You can just sit there and stone-faced. You don't need to justify yourself, because what they do is they take your words and they know how to twist them. They are wordsmiths. They are master manipulators. They are devious, and you cannot out-argue them. So don't even try, because they're not arguing and talking with you based on logic and reality. You have to realize that this is not a healthy person. This is not a safe person. This is not a logical person. And they're not playing by the same rules as you. So you can't win. Because they're like that kid where you start playing a game and then they realize they're losing, so then they just change the rules in the middle of it, right? Only they don't tell you that they changed the rules. They just up and switch them. So for your sanity and your peace, just disengage. All right. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonated with you. Also, let me know what other kind of videos you want to see.